Hello everyone. So this is a very different live than what we normally do. Usually I'm at my house and I'm teaching from a tripod and all that kind of good stuff. Well, I am traveling for 10 days. I just got to California yesterday. And so what I wanted to do was do a little live of just what my mornings start like when I'm on the road. So a lot of you ask me, I'm Corinne from fitandfat.com. You can visit my website at P as in Paul, N as in no, P as in Paul, 411.com. I've got a free weight loss course. You can find my podcast there. You can find my blogs. I've been doing this I lost weight 12 years ago. I have kept it off all 12, and 10 years ago I started a blog. So you can go there and find out all kinds of good information, lots of free stuff. So anyway, a lot of you, and you can tell I'm like out of breath. I just got through doing a body weight circuit. So usually when I travel, the first thing I do is I look for a gym and stuff before I even book my hotel. I try to figure out, okay, so how can I get some movement in while I'm gone? And this particular place that I am staying at is the beautiful El Dorado Hills, California, Holiday Inn. They have a gym next door, but at this particular place, the gym doesn't open until 7 on Saturdays and Sundays, and we start in a little bit, so I have to get a shower and all that junk. So today, I was trying to figure out, Mama's got to take the glasses off. Today I was trying to figure out what was I going to do to keep up some activity, and that would be free, and that I could just do. So one of the things that I encourage a lot of you who do like to exercise or whatever is I have an app on my phone called Evernote. And in that app, you can set up different notebooks. And the nice thing about Evernote is you can use it for business, you can do it for anything. So some of my girls even do food journals in there from the PNP tribe. So I have a notebook solely dedicated to exercise, and it has got all my favorite routines in it, like anything I like to do. So that if I want to just work out in a gym, if I want to work out outside, whatever I want to do, I always have something that I can just turn my brain off, pick one, and just start doing it. So I always tell people, keep an exercise notebook. And then within that, I have like circuit training, walking intervals, just all kinds of stuff. So it's always nice. And then, so today what I did was I just did 15 minutes of body weight stuff. I went over, I don't know if you guys can see it, but over there there's like steps and all kinds of stuff. I just went over there and I did a series of burpees, walking lunges, push-ups, all that kind of stuff. And so I just did that for 15 straight minutes and just took breaths when I needed to take breaths, and then that was it. And then I've just been walking the path. So, a lot of times people will tell me, they'll say, walking just isn't enough. I shouldn't just be walking, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, fuck that. I mean, I walk a lot, y'all. And I love walking because it's easier on your joints. You can do it anywhere, so you have no excuse not to move. So what I did was this morning is, so I'm going to be pretty tied up all day and all night. I have some clients here. I'm teaching part of a workshop, all kinds of stuff. And so I texted my husband this morning. I said, if we want to have couple time, it's now or never, bro. So he got up and he made coffee and we talked on the phone, and I walked for an hour while catching up with my husband. And that's my cardio. And now I'm just doing my live while I'm walking. So I'm just killing two birds with one stone. So I do a lot of, when it comes to traveling, trying to make really good use of my time. I look for little times that I can get in a walk. If we have lunch, I'll just strap on tennis shoes, I'll eat, and then, maybe walk for 10 minutes. Just anything. It all counts, especially when you're on the road. Because a lot of times when you are on the road, your schedule is not always completely your own. So you have to take control of it, which means that you can either say, well, somebody else is telling me what to do and I can't do the things I normally would do. Or you can be like, you know what? Every little minute, I'll pop something in. We're staying on the 4th floor. Most of the time, we take the stairs. It's like if we got to run to the room, we run up the stairs. Those are just little easy ways to get in fitness when you're on the road. And here's my main thing, guys. So many of you that follow me are in the beginning of your journey. And so what happens is you look for a reason why this is not going to work for you. So when you're on the road or you're traveling or whatever, and say you have a busy day or whatever, you're looking for all the reasons why, well, this is why I can't be an exerciser, because like, I travel a lot, and let me just give you my shitty ass reasons. And I just am like, that's bullshit. Just tell yourself, I am an exerciser. I'm going to find ways to get small things done. It gets your mindset in it gets it in the realm of I am doing something versus thinking about all that you're not doing. And if you want to be able to lose weight and stay consistent, you have to keep your brain completely trained on all the things that you're doing that are working for you. Quit going through the movie reel of how bad you suck and how much you can't do it. That does not work for you, my friends. Trust me. And I think that's like a common problem with those of us who have always struggled with weight. We get so grooved up and in the habit of trying to figure out let me give you the 1001 ways that I am broken, and then maybe one thing I do well. And it's like, you got to learn to do it right the opposite. You already know and have practiced all the things you're not doing. You got to start looking for every little success you can find. You have to get your brain reformatted and retrained on looking for what's working, not what's not working. It's key to the game. I mean, seriously, it would be very easy for me to be, because like when I'm at home, I have a training program, blah, blah, blah. I never follow it. And I could just as easily say, see, now I'm off my plan. I'm probably going to be set back. Lord, I hope I don't lose some strength. I mean, I can go down poop road, or I can be like, this is what I'm doing today. Look at me. I'm still working out and I'm traveling. I mean, it's the same exact thing. Same workout, same everything. Just one makes you feel good, one makes you feel terrible. And I'm going to tell you, all the years that I've been like with weight loss and doing stuff, the more time I spend in terrible, the closer I am to overeating. The closer I am to trying to not feel terrible with food. And you need to stay away from feeling terrible as much as you can, as often as you can. So I tell my girls all the time, it's like, there's enough shittiness in the world. There's enough things in the world to truly feel bad about. Like, if your kids are sick or something, yeah, that's when you want to feel empathetic and sad and whatnot. But don't compound with a bunch of your own inner drama bullshit. That does not help you 1 ounce. That's just like, I don't know, just throwing like junk on the pile. So the other thing that I do while I'm here, or in this particular area, I've traveled here a few times, so I've gotten really good at scoping out on like not just the fitness side of it, but how am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? So when I travel, usually what I do is in fact, I'm going to go this way. There's like a crew of people coming up on that side. I look for hotels, first of all, that usually have a fridge, so I can keep like fruit or something in there. When I hit a town, especially now that we have Uber, like nobody has an excuse to not run to a grocery store. If you really are going to be living on the road for a week, you could go to the grocery store and get stuff. I would pay an Uber to go do it versus going out to eat. By the time you pay an Uber, go to a store and get stuff, you spent the same amount of money. One of the other things I do is when I go to hotels, if they don't have fridges in the room. So one thing you can do is ask for a medicinal fridge. A lot of hotels have fridges they'll let you borrow for medicine purposes, and because of HIPAA you don't have to explain what it is or anything like that. But the other thing you can do is very often they have fridges for if they have free breakfast and stuff. They have fridges for that, and they also have employee fridges, and they will let you keep stuff in there. I mean, I can't tell you how many, I've never had a hotel turn me down. They've always been more than accommodating. So I go to the store, and this particular hotel is actually in the same parking lot as a grocery store. So almost every day I go over there. They have a salad bar, I make a salad. If they didn't have a salad bar, I would just buy a bucket of salad, like the lettuce stuff, and I would, probably buy some deli meat or something, get some dressing, toss that, and then I have a salad. You can buy cherry tomatoes, you can buy fruit cups, all kinds of stuff. It's when you turn your brain on to, I want to make this work, so how can I make this work, versus this is going to be so hard, I'm probably just not going to be able to do it. And just making up your mind beforehand that you can't do it, like that cuts you off at the knees. But getting very creative about all the things you can do just keeps your brain really focused and trained on your goals and what you want to do with your weight and stuff. The other thing I do is I do eat out a lot sometimes when I'm out. So, oh, here's something funny. So the two people that are coming up on me, one is a client and the other one is master weight loss coach Jane Pilger of PNP. So I'm Facebook Live with the world. Hello. Just say hello. Hello. So anyway, we're all out walking today, but I tell people all the time, like, get really focused on what you can do and not what you can't. So if I eat out a lot, one of the things that I do is I make sure that I don't just always order crap. If I want to enjoy something, I decide before I walk into the restaurant, you know, I'm going to have X amount of glasses of wine, but I'm going to have salads. Or I really want some french fries today, so I'm not going to have wine, and I'm not going to have dessert, and I'm just going to have the french fries. I go in with some decisions made so that I'm not just sitting there thinking, well, I'm on the road, might as well. You know, the company's buying, I might as well. Of course, for me, that's a lot easier decision because I am the company, so I can't just blame it on that one. But the other thing that I do is I teach my clients to do this. I tell a lot of them, like, before your food comes out, agree with yourself how much you're going to eat, and that's all you eat. Like, just say, I'm eating half of whatever they bring me. No matter what it is, I'm going to do half. Even if it's small, I'm still going to do half, and then I'm going to stop. I'm going to wait 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'm going to decide if I still want some, or I'm just going to have them wrap it up, one or the other. And then the last thing I tell my clients to do when it comes to food, if you're eating out and stuff, is never eat to full. Just don't. Just eat slower than you normally would. Think about it and just don't eat till full. It will save you so much. I think the bottom line is, like, when you travel, I'm gonna take a pit stop here so I can see if there's any questions, because I can't read and walk at the same time. Not without throwing up, at least. Is always remember that you are in control. This is not like, it's not like other people are making you do stuff, but we want to tell ourselves that that's when we're traveling or stuff, it's almost as if I just can't help it. This is so out of my control, and it really isn't, guys. It's still in your control. You just have to decide that it is, and then figure out ways you can put your control in. And that's all it takes. I travel all the time. All the time. I literally will be here for 8 days, and I go straight to Las Vegas for 3 days with my husband for vacation. And I am not sweating 1 ounce that I'm going to go home and have gained a bunch of weight back and all this other kind of stuff. And the reason why I don't sweat it is because, like, if I was to gain a little weight, I don't have to worry, because I am practicing keeping foundational habits in place all around me. And when I go home, I just slide right back into groove. I never feel like I'm starting over or that I blew it or none of that. Like, I don't have to deal with that drama to even get restarted again, if that makes sense. So that's like my best travel tips, guys. Let me see. Oh, let me turn my, hang on, I gotta turn my Apple Watch off. You can look at the beautiful lake. If I ain't a walking, I don't want to be a counting it. Hang on, let's see. All right, I gotta turn my sunglasses. Y'all, I have got the biggest bruised eye. It looks like my husband beat me and he didn't. I had injections put in my face for the wrinkles. Well, it's not really the wrinkles. When I lost all my weight, I flattened out a lot in my face and had, like, I still have loose skin and stuff there. And so I went and had Voluma put in. And on this side, I'm like all bruised up from it. And I was telling everybody, I was like, I swear to God, my husband hasn't been beating me. Let's see. Joyce, do you use breakfast bars as a fast answer for breakfast, trying to figure out some go-tos? No, I don't. I don't really eat bars at all. I don't like to use bars. One, they don't fill me up. They don't give me energy. I don't really eat much sugar at all these days. The only time I ever eat sugar is like when I'm having like a treat. So I don't like to, like, I usually just keep fruit bars, fruit cups or something along those lines, or I just drink my coffee. So, like, I brought with me for this trip, I packed my little blender. I also packed my cocoa butter and my MCT oil, and then when we went to the store last night, I grabbed some heavy whipping cream. So usually, like today, I've already had one of my coffees, and they have a breakfast bar. So and because I'm teaching this afternoon, I'm not going to be waiting until 12 o'clock to eat. I'm going to go ahead and eat breakfast, and I'm just going to eat hard-boiled eggs, stuff like that. Over a bar, I would suggest, like if you don't have access to a fridge or something, I would do nuts faster than I would ever. Like I would just go buy some apples somewhere, and I would grab and portion out nuts, and that's what I would eat over a bar any day. You also can buy bananas and those Justin nut butters. They have the sugar-free ones. Sorry, I'm also nursing a cold. You can buy those, and you can just put some of that on a banana. That would be a really good power breakfast. You would get a really good energy carb. You would also get the fat from the peanut butter and stuff like that with the protein. So that would be an easy one. Trying to think of what else would be super easy. I mean, I'm always a big fan of like nuts and jerky. Now, I am not a low carb person. I know people always hear me say I'm eating, you know, nuts and jerky and stuff. I am not a low carb person. I do not do that. Like our hotel room has a microwave in it. So one of the things I'm going to do tomorrow is I'm actually buying some baked potatoes, and I'm going to bake a potato, and I like to put cottage cheese on my potato. You would not believe how creamy it makes it, with some salt. And then I'm going to buy like some cherry tomatoes or something like that. We're going to buy some cucumber slices that are already done. A lot of, you know, grocery stores now have all that stuff already done. We're going to buy some of that, and just guacamole. I mean, it's just cheap and easy, and a way to eat just real food in the room, because what we don't want to do is just eat out the whole time. I mean, we're going to be gone for so long. My girlfriend and I are trying to figure out ways that we can actually just enjoy our time in the room, or take it to the pool or something like that, but eat cheaper and at the grocery store. So it's a matter of like just thinking, like what can I do versus, you know, what can't I do. And a lot of hotels now, even if they don't have a microwave in your room, they have those little pantry areas, and they have microwaves there. So you can always buy stuff like sweet potatoes or something like that, and you can microwave them there. You just wash them in the sink in the hotel room, take it downstairs and microwave it there. Let's see. What does it say? Love, knowledge, go forward. Let's see. All right, so Abby, what are your thoughts about being public on Facebook with your journey? I think it would encourage me to share, but I worry if I wasn't making progress, it would be discouraging. You know, Abby, here's my thing. I think that I love accountability. I think that when you put yourself out in the public, like with my clients on the inside of my tribe, you know, we all have a private Facebook group, because they're posting each week and they're leaning on each other. A lot of times that like is a really good way to get accountability. You know, when you find an accountability partner and stuff, I think doing it on Facebook's great. I think it's also a way to, here's what I want you to think about, Abby. Rather than if you mess up that this is discouraging, what if you just are like, for the first time in my life, I'm going to face total full frontal the things that I'm not doing correctly, and I'm going to own them, and I'm going to like preach it out loud, and I'm going to be very proud of it. Like I'm going to use this as my opportunity to do better, and not as an opportunity to like hide, blame, or do all those other things, because that's what we normally do. We make a mistake, and the first thing we do is we try to figure out a way to shift responsibility somewhere else, rather than taking the responsibility on ourselves. And I think when it comes to weight loss, if there was like one thing that would be a game changer for everybody, it would be taking total responsibility for every choice and everything you do without shame or judgment. Figuring out a way to be like, you know what, the pain train stops here. And I tell my clients this all the time. They're getting this new program in June. It's all built around this idea of it does not help you to abuse yourself because you're making food mistakes. You have two choices. You can spiral out of control and keep making the same fucking mistakes over and over again, or you can be like, well, that's not helpful. So what would be helpful is for me to just be like, what am I going to learn from this? You may not love that you did it and feel awesome that you did it, but you do not have to compound things by being like abusive to yourself. You've got to learn how to, I don't care if you want to call it being a warm, loving hug, or if you just want to be like, you know what, this is the way I do it. Whenever I make a mistake, I'm like, this is not helpful. Going down all the reasons why I'm ineffective or broken or whatever, Never gets me anywhere. But what does get me somewhere is being like, okay, Missy, let's learn from this. What happened? What was going on? What are we going to take from this? What are we going to improve on? And where are we going to plug this into, like, the next week? Like, I tell people all the time, like, you don't just move on. Like, there's a big difference between spiraling out of control and just moving on. There's a middle ground there. The middle ground is where you do your work. The middle ground is where you look at what happened and then you put it into action the next week. And you keep doing that until you get the action right. Doesn't mean the first time it's going to work, but most people give up. They just, well, if it didn't work the first time, that must mean that doesn't work. It's like, no, it means that you have to relearn how to do it, and relearning how to do something is a long process. It is not an overnight process. When you get your expectations worked up that all this weight loss is going to happen somehow quickly, then your expectations get dashed. Or you're the kind of person who doesn't learn how to do it in a way you can live it. So when you actually meet your weight loss goal, you are floundering. You don't know what to do next because you never really learned how to build that lifestyle. So Abby, yes, do it publicly. The long answer, right? Coconut oil in my coffee. Yum, I know it. Do you stop eating after a certain time? Michelle, I do, and not because of fat loss or anything. It's because I just don't need any more food at night. I teach my clients, like, you really give your body food that it needs for fuel. Like, it needs to be asking for food. It needs to be legit hungry before you eat. If it is legit hungry, then yes, go for it. If it's not, don't. And I just noticed that if I eat a good, sensible dinner, a nice dinner with healthy fat and protein and stuff, I'm never hungry later in the night. Now, what I might be is bored or thinking I need something or wanting something, but there's a big difference between want and need. Oatmeal is a great energy breakfast along with fruit. Yep, I do. I used to do oatmeal all the time. I kind of burned out on it. I ate oatmeal literally for like probably 7 straight years. And now I eat, like, I like to eat a lot of fruit and different things in the morning now. What do you think about protein shakes for a meal on the go? Amy, I think they're fine. I do protein shakes every now and then. I don't make a living off of them. Like, I don't sit there and, like, plan. Like, it's not a part of my, like, all the time plan. I prefer to chew my food. Well, I do a couple, but one of the main ones I do is Shakeology, because I feel like if I'm going to do like a protein shake, it needs to be a meal replacement, not just a protein shake, and I want it to have a lot of nutrients and stuff in it, so that's why I drink Shakeology. I happen to like it. Latte and chocolate are my favorite. During your journey, did you have times that people did not support you, and what were your tips through that? Yeah, Shannon, all the time. Never had anybody support me. My husband was kind of supportive in terms of he didn't get in my way, but he didn't help me. He didn't change how I ate. Nobody did. I had to do all that myself. This is my best tip for most women is you don't need anybody to support you. You have to support you first. It's the only thing you have to worry about. Like, think about you. People who are waiting for the rest of the world to get in line and change how they think about you and stuff, it's a long wait, and it's a fruitless wait. You need to, like, if you are confident in you, then people get to have the opinion they want to have. Unfortunately, for some of you, and for me, there are people in your life who do not share the same opinion of yourself. Like, I think I'm pretty fucking bad. Like, I'm like, yeah. But there's a lot of people who do not think that, and they do not hesitate to tell me that. I have a lot of people on the internet do the same thing. But I don't really give a shit, because the only opinion that really matters is your own. When other people's opinions bother you, it's because you need to listen to what they're saying and see where you're sharing the same opinion of you. They're verbalizing probably somewhere on the inside what you're thinking about yourself. Work on that. Work on, why am I choosing to think that? Because if it bothers you, there is something in you that says they're probably right. And they're not right, but you think they're probably right. So I would just do some investigation there. But Shannon, my best advice is do not believe the lie your brain is going to want to tell you that unless other people support you that this is going to be harder. It is not harder. I have plenty of women under extreme circumstances losing weight just fine with zero support. But what they did was they learned, you know what, it doesn't even matter. I have to learn how to support me. That's all that has to happen. People get to say whatever they want. That's just the way it is. It's just like you get to judge them for not being supportive. You get to have that thought if you want it. It just doesn't help you. But I'm sure they're sitting there going, what do you mean I'm not supportive? I'm telling you what I think you should do. To them, they probably think they're fucking supportive all day long. But we all, and that's usually what happens is when we think about like people should act this way, it's because we're irritated when they think we should act a certain way. And it's like, you know, it works both ways. If you're going to judge them for their opinion, you know, they're going to judge you for what you're doing. So, sorry, that's kind of my preachy ass statement on that one. Let's see. Good morning, all my ladies. Good morning, PNP tribe. Amen, sister. Like, I seriously am so blind. I wish I had my regular glasses on. I'm the blindest one fool that ever was these days. Okay, so I'm going to call it just because I've got to go get a shower, grab me some hard-boiled eggs. today I'm going to eat a little bit of breakfast from the free breakfast bar. I'm going to take advantage of it because basically in El Dorado Hills, California, it's like 20 bucks a pop for a meal here. It's driving me crazy. So we're like really finagling what we're going to do. So I'm going to go to the breakfast bar. I'm getting hard-boiled eggs. Probably they have walnuts on that breakfast bar usually, and they usually have some kind of a meat like bacon or sausage or something. I'll grab some of that, and then and some fruit. If they have some fruit, I'll grab some fruit, and then I'll be good to go. And then I'm gonna teach some ladies today on all about how to be your own best coach and how to watch your thoughts so that you can get the actions and the results you want in life. Oh my gosh, y'all just popped in a bunch of questions. Thank you. Oh, okay, good. All right, you guys have a good one. I will see you later. Oh, hey, my podcast, if you haven't listened to it, this week was all about the food prep. I know a lot of you love food prep. You love my food prep videos and stuff. Make sure you go listen to it if you want. It's called Losing 100 Pounds with Fit and Fat. You can go to fit, PHIT, click/podcast, and you should be able to go straight to the podcast. I literally would love it if you guys would review it. I need to get over 100 reviews like in the next 5 days, and I think I'm 13 away. So if you have not reviewed that podcast, please do so. I would really, really, really appreciate it. If you are on the wait list to join PNP Tribe, P as in Paul, N as in No, P as in Paul, tribe.com. If you're on the wait list and you review, send me an email so I can send you a link. I'm giving away one membership. We're opening up June 1st through the 5th only, and then we won't be open again until the end of summer or 1st of fall. So one person will win free entry into PNP, but I don't have the link like memorized. It's a kind of a goofy one. So if you send me an email or a message on Facebook, I'll make sure to get you that so you can get entered for the free drawing for that. And then, is there anything else? Oh, the free course. If you guys want to learn how to lose weight, I have one called How to Stop Quitting on Your Diet. And that is at P as in Paul, N as in No, P as in Paul, 411.com. You can go there to sign up for that. And I think that's it. Brandy. Hey, Kathleen. If you will, go and answer Brandy. Kathleen's one of our coaches. She says, I've been on a plateau since February. Do you have any ideas? I think I have a video on plateaus. So Kathleen, if you want to just link her to the video, that would be great. And that's it. Y'all have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.